GCE O Level Mathematics Lecture 18 Simple Equations in One Variable. Hello everyone, Dennis here. This video is brought to you by Ace with Dennis. Now, learning can be smart, not hard. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell notification button to stop missing out free lessons from me. Let's start the lesson with the learning objectives of the lecture. First, we will understand the concepts of equations, followed by solve linear equations in one variable, then solve simple fractional equations, and lastly, form linear equations in one variable to solve problems. Simple linear equations in one variable. Let's look at this example. What is the missing number below? Yes, the answer is 4. In algebra, we use letters or symbols to represent unknowns or variables. Hence, for this case, 4 is the unknown or variable that we want to find. Hence, we can rewrite the above as x plus 5 equals 9. X plus 5 equals 9 is an equation. What is an equation? An equation always has an equal sign, and therefore x equal to 4. So for this case, x equal to 4 is the solution or the root of the equation. When we substitute the solution into the equation becomes true. So when x equal to 4, 4 plus 5 equals 9. The left-hand side equals to the right-hand side. Hence, the equation is true when x equal to 4. However, when x equal to 5, 5 plus 5 equals 10. The left-hand side is not equals to the right-hand side. The equation is not true when x equal to 5. Therefore, x equal to 5 is not the solution of the equation. A simple linear equation with one variable will be in the form of ax plus b equals c. As you can see here, the power of x is 1. To solve the equation is to find the solution or the root of the equation. Equivalent equations are the equations that have the same solution. Example, the solutions of x plus 2 equals 7, x minus 3 equals 2, and x plus 5 equals 10 are 5. Hence, x plus 2 equals 7, x minus 3 equals 2, and x plus 5 equals 10 are equivalent equations. Let's form equivalent equations from x equals 1. The first equation, add 2 for both sides. Hence, we get x plus 2 equals 1 plus 2, which is x plus 2 equals 3. Another equation, add 4 for both sides. Hence, x plus 4 equals 1 plus 4, which is x plus 4 equals 5. These two equations, x plus 2 equals 3 and x plus 4 equals 5, are equivalent equations. Can you form another equivalent equations yourself? Now, let's discuss 4 basic rules to solve simple linear equations. You need to know these 4 basic rules in order to get the solution for simple linear equations. Now, rule number 1, if a equals to b, then a plus c equals b plus c. So here's an example. When x minus 7 equals 12, so we plus 7 for both sides, which we get x minus 7 plus 7 equals 12 plus 7. And we get the answer x equals 19. Rule number 2. If a equals to b, then we can minus c for both sides, which is a minus c equals b minus c. Here's an example. When x plus 7 equals to 12, Then we can minus 7 for both sides, which we get x plus 7 minus 7 equals 12 minus 7. And the answer is x equals to 5. Rule number 3. If a equals to b, then we can multiply c for both sides, which is a times c equals b times c. Here's an example. X over 7 equals to 12. And now we multiply 7 for both sides. We get x over 7 times 7 equals 12 times 7. And the result is x equals to 84. Rule number 4. If a equals to b, then we can also divide a c for both sides, which is a over c equals to b over c. Here's an example. 7x equals to 12. Now, we divide 7 for both sides, which is 7x over 7 equals 12 over 7. So the result will be x equals 12 over 7. So these are the 4 basic rules that you need to know to solve simple linear equations. Alright, here's another alternative 4 basic rules that you can use to solve linear equations. I would suggest to use these 4 basic rules more frequently compared to the previous ones because these rules are much easier to use and faster to get the answer, which means also tend to make less careless mistakes. So here is rule number 1. If a minus b equals c, so we move the b to the right hand side, and from minus it becomes plus. So then a equals to c plus b. Here's an example. X minus 7 equals 12. Now we move the 7 to the right hand side. From minus it becomes plus. So x equals 12 plus 7, which is 19. Rule number 2. If a plus b equals c, now we move the b to the right hand side. So from plus becomes minus. Then a equals c minus b. Example, x plus 7 equals 12. So move the 7 to the right hand side. X equals 12 minus 7, which is 5. Rule number 3. What about multiplication? So if a multiplied with b equals c, now again we move the b to the right hand side. From multiplication to becomes division. Then a equals c over b. Example, 7x equals 12. Now move the 7 to the right hand side. From multiplication becomes division. Then x equals 12 over 7. Rule number 4. How about division? If a over b equals c, then we move the b to the right hand side. From division becomes multiplication. So a equals c times b. Example, x over 7 equals 12. Move the 7 to the right hand side. From division to becomes multiplication. So x equals 12 times 7. Hence x equals 84. As you can see here, these 4 basic rules are much easier to use because the concept is very simple. We can move a number from one side to another side. Then just switch the sign. If it is minus, it can become plus. If it is plus, then we move to the another side, it becomes minus. If it is multiplication, move to the another side, it becomes division. And if it is division, when move to another side, it becomes multiplication. Now, let's solve some simple linear equations using the 4 basic rules that we have just discussed. We will mainly use the alternative 4 basic rules. Example 1. Solve the following equations. A. 2x plus 3 equals 9. B. X over 2 minus 3 equals 9. C. 5 minus 3x equals negative 7. And D. X over 2 plus 1 over 5 equals 6. Here's the solution. For A, 2x plus 3 equals 9. Now we move the 3 to the right side. So from plus becomes minus, hence it is 2x equals 9 minus 3, which is 6. Now from here, we also want to move the 2 to the right hand side. From multiplication from the left hand side, when moved to the right hand side, it becomes division, hence x equals 6 over 2, which is 3. So this is the solution, x equals to 3. For b, x over 2 minus 3 equals 9. So we move the minus 3 to the right hand side, becomes plus 3. So x over 2 equals 9 plus 3, which is 12. And now we move the 2 from left hand side to right hand side. From division becomes multiplication. So x equals 12 times 2, which is 24. C. 5 minus 3x equals negative 7. So for this question, you have to be careful because the x term is a negative x term. So 5 minus 3x equals negative 7. What we can do is we move the minus 3x to the right hand side to make it become positive. Hence, it is 5 equals negative 7 plus 3x. Now from here, we move the 7 from the right hand side to the left hand side. So from minus becomes plus. So 5 plus 7 equals 3x, which is 3x equals to 12. And now we want to make x the subject. So we move the 3 to the right hand side, becomes division. X equals 12 over 3, which is 4. Hence, this is the solution, x equals to 4. So for D, x over 2 plus 1 over 5 equals 6. Don't be afraid with the fraction here. The same rules apply. So we move 1 over 5 to the right hand side from plus to become minus. Hence, it is x over 2 equals 6 minus 1 over 5, which is 29 over 5. Then we move the 2 from left hand side to right hand side, becomes multiplication. So x equals 29 over 5 times 2. So the answer is 58 over 5, or change to mixed fraction, which is 11 and 3 over 5. Another way you can do here is we use the first 4 basic rules here. We find the LCM of 2 and 5 first, which is 10. Then we multiply 10 for both sides, so that we can change the fraction to become whole number. So after multiplying 10 for both sides, we will get 5x plus 2 equals 60. As you can see, all the terms here, we don't have any fraction. Then we move the 2 to the right hand side, becomes minus. So 5x equals 60 minus 2, which is 58. Now we move the 5 to the right hand side, it becomes division. Hence x equals 58 over 5. Change to mixed fraction or improper fraction, which is 11 and 3 over 5. Now let's try it yourself. Solve the following equations. A, 5x minus 8 equals 7. B, 2x over 3 plus 7 equals 5. C, 4 minus 7x equals negative 17. And D, 2x over 9 plus 5 over 7 equals 6. You can pause the video and try to solve it yourself. Alright, here's the solution. For A, 5x minus 8 equals 7. We want to move the 8 to the right hand side. So from minus becomes plus. We get 5x equals 7 plus 8, which is 15. Then we want to move the 5 from left to the right. So from multiplication becomes division. Hence x is 15 over 5, which is 3. So this is the solution. For B, 2x over 3 plus 7 equals 5. Now we move the 7 to the right hand side. We get 2x over 3 equals 5 minus 7, which is negative 2. Then we move the 3 to the right hand side. From division becomes multiplication. So 2x equals negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6. And now we move the 2 to the right hand side. From multiplication becomes division. Hence x equals negative 6 over 2, which is negative 3. For C, 4 minus 7x equals negative 17. So you have to be very extra careful here because there are two negative numbers here, which are negative 7x and negative 17. So we always want to make the x term to be positive. Hence, we move the minus 7x to the right side, becomes plus 7x. So 4 equals negative 17 plus 7x. And now, we move the negative 17 to the left hand side. From negative becomes positive, so 4 plus 17 equals 7x, which is 7x equals 21. And now we move the 7 to the right hand side from multiplication to become division. Hence x equals 21 over 7, which is 3. Hence this is the answer. For D, 2x over 9 plus 5 over 7 equals 6. Again, don't be afraid with the fraction here. So we move the plus 5 over 7 to the right hand side, becomes minus 5 over 7. So 2x over 9 equals 6 minus 5 over 7, which is 37 over 7. Now we move the 3 to the right hand side, becomes multiplication. So 37 over 7 times 3, which is 111 over 7. Then move the 2 to the right hand side. From multiplication become division. Hence x equals 111 over 7 divided by 2, or 111 over 7 times half. And the result is 111 over 14, or change to improper fraction, which is 7 and 13 over 14. Example 2. Solve the following equations. A. 5x plus 7 equals 4x plus 9. B. 2x plus 3 equals 6x minus 7. C. 3x minus 1 equals 2x plus 5. And D. x minus 3 equals 3x minus 5. And here's the solution. For A, 5x plus 7 equals 4x plus 9. So our objective to solve this equation is we want to move the term with x to the left side and the constant term to the right side. So for this case, we have to move the 4x to the left hand side and the 7 to the right hand side. Hence we get 5x minus 4x equals 9 minus 7, and x equals 2. So this is the solution. For B, 2x plus 3 equals 6x minus 7. So for this case, we can move the 2x to the right hand side instead of move the 6x to the left hand side, because we want to try to make the x term to be positive. Then the minus 7 at the right hand side will move it to the left hand side. Then it becomes plus. So the equation becomes 3 plus 7 equals 6x minus 2x, which is 10 equals 4x. Hence x equals 10 over 4. Simplify, we get 5 over 2, change to proper fraction or mixed fraction, which is 2.5. C, 3x minus 1 equals 2x plus 5. So we want to move the x term to the left hand side and the constant terms to the right hand side. Okay, so 3x, the 2x move to the left hand side, we get minus. So and the minus 1 move to the right hand side become plus. Hence the equation is 3x minus 2x equals 5 plus 1. And the solution is x equals to 6. For D, x minus 3 equals 3x minus 5. So we have to move the x to the right hand side and the minus 5 to the left hand side, so that the x term will be positive. Hence equation becomes minus 3 plus 5 equals 3x minus x. Hence 2 equals 2x when x equals 2 over 2, which is 1. Let's try this yourself. Solve the following equations. A, 12x plus 5 equals 9x plus 7. B, x plus 8 equals 5x minus 12. C, 2x minus 13 equals 7x plus 12. And D, 12x minus 11 equals 13x minus 4. You can pause the video and try to solve it yourself. Now here's the solution. For A, 12x plus 5 equals 9x plus 7. So we want to move the 9x to the left hand side so that the x term will be positive. Then the 5 move to the right hand side, so from plus becomes minus. Hence the equation is 12x minus 9x equals 7 minus 5, which is 3x equals 2 and x equals 2 over 3. For b, x plus 8 equals 5x minus 12. Now we want to move the x to the right hand side so that the x term becomes positive and the minus 12 to the left hand side becomes plus. Hence 8 plus 12 equals 5x minus x. 20 equals 4x. Then x will be 20 divided by 4, which is 5. C, 2x minus 13 equals 7x plus 12. So for this example, we should move the 2x to the right side so that the x term becomes positive. But now, I want to use this example. We try to move the 7x to the left side and make the x term to be negative and see what will happen. Right? So, when I move the 7x to the left side, it will become minus, and the minus 13 moved to the right side becomes plus. So the equation becomes 2x minus 7x equals 12 plus 13, which is negative 5x equals 25, and x will be 25 over negative 5, so the answer is negative 5. So as you can see from here, actually there is nothing wrong if you want to move the x term to the left side and make it a negative term, but you have to be extra careful for this because you make mistake if you don't handle the sign properly. That's why I would suggest you to always make the x term to be positive so that you won't have this issue. Alright? Okay, for D, 12x minus 11 equals 13x minus 4. So now again, I want to purposely make it to be a negative x term. So I move the 13x to the left side and the negative 11 to the right side. Equation becomes 12x minus 13x equals negative 4 plus 11, which is negative x equals 7. Hence, x will be negative 7. Now, let's solve equations involving brackets. Example 3. Solve the following equations. A. 2 bracket 3x plus 1 equals 5 bracket 3x plus 4. B. 5x minus 3 over 2 equals 8x minus 7 over 3. C. X over 3 plus 5x minus 4 over 7 equals 8. So here's the solution. For A, 2 bracket 3x plus 1 equals 5 bracket 3x plus 4. So you have to treat this bracket as multiplication, which means 2 times 3x plus 1 equals 5 times 3x plus 4. Alright, now the next thing we have to do is we apply distributive law where 2 times 3x becomes 6x, 2 times 1 becomes 2. Similarly, at the right hand side, 5 times 3x is 15x, 5 times 4 is 20. So the equation becomes 6x plus 2 equals 15x plus 20. Now, I want to solve this equation. I move the 15x to the left hand side and the 2 to the right hand side. So it becomes 6x minus 15x equals 20 minus 2, which is negative 9x equals 18, and x equals 18 over negative 9, which is negative 2. For B, 5x minus 3 over 2 equals 8x minus 7 over 3. So, to solve this equation, we have to cross multiply, which means 3 times 5x minus 3 and 2 times with 8x minus 7. Then again we apply the distributive law. So 3 times 5x is 15x, 3 times negative 3 is minus 9, 2 times 8x is 16x, 2 times negative 7 is minus 14. So equation is 15x minus 9 equals 16x minus 14. Okay, so again I want to move the 16x to the left hand side and the 9 to the right side. The equation becomes 15x minus 16x equals negative 14 plus 9, which is negative x equals negative 5, and x is 5. Alright, so again, there's nothing wrong. You want to make the x term to be negative term, but you have to be extra careful with handling the sign. Alright, so now for C, x over 3 plus 5x minus 4 over 7 equals 8. So want to make them to have the common denominator by just multiplying the 3 and 7 together. Alright, and the top part is 7x plus 3 bracket 5x minus 4. Then the denominator is 3 times 7. Then equals 8. Now expand the bracket. 7x plus 15x minus 12 over 21 equals 8. Now I move the 21 to the right side. So 8 times 21 is 168. And the numerator, we simplify, it becomes 22x minus 12. So 22x equals 168 plus 12, which is 180. Then x will be 180 over 22. Simplify, we get 80 and 2 over 11. Now, you can try this example yourself. Try yourself 3. Solve the following equations. A. 7 bracket 2 minus 3x equals negative 2 bracket 5x minus 1. B. 11 minus 2x over 3 equals 4x plus 5 over 2. C. 3x over 2 plus 2x minus 7 over 5 equals 2 over 3. You can pause the video and try to solve it yourself. Alright, here's the solution. For A, 7 times 2 minus 3x equals negative 2 times 5x minus 1. We apply the distributive law. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times negative 3x is negative 21x. On the right side, negative 2 times 5x is negative 10x. Negative 2 times negative 1, we get positive 2. So equation is 14 minus 21x equals negative 10x plus 2. Now move the negative 10x to the right side, becomes plus 10x. Move the 14 to the right side, becomes minus 14. Then negative 11x equals negative 12. Hence x is negative 12 over negative 11, which is 1 and 1 over 11. For B, 11 minus 2x over 3 equals 4x plus 5 over 2. So we can cross multiply this equation. So 2 move to the left side, which is 2 times 11 minus 2x. Then for the 3, move to the right side. It then equals 3 times 4x plus 5. Next, again we apply the distributive law to expand the bracket. So 2 times 11 is 22. 2 times negative 2x is negative 4x. On the right side, 3 times 4x is 12x. 3 times 5 is 15. Then from here, we move the x terms to the left side, move the constants to the right side. We have negative 4x minus 12x equals 15 minus 22, which is negative 16x equals negative 7. X is negative 7 over negative 16, which is 7 over 16. For C, 3x over 2 plus 2x minus 7 over 5 equals 2 over 3. Right, so to solve this equation, we have to combine the two fractions on the left side together. So for the denominator, we multiply them together, 2 times 5. For the numerator, for the first fraction is 5 times 3x, and the numerator for the second fraction is 2 times 2x minus 7, then equals 2 over 3. Okay, we expand the bracket and simplify. We get 15x plus 4x minus 14 over 10 equals 2 over 3. So 15x plus 4x is 19x. And we cross multiply here. We get 3 times 19x minus 14 equals 2 times 10. Expand the bracket. We get 57x minus 42 equals 20. Hence 57 is 20 minus 42. Sorry, 20 plus 42, which is 62. hence x equals 62 over 57, or change to proper fraction, which is 1 over 51 and 5 over 57. Now, let's learn to solve simple fractional equations. Example 4. Solve the following equations. A. 7 over 2x minus 5 equals 4. B. P plus 2 over 2p minus 3 equals 1 and 1 over 5. Here's the solution. For A, 7 over 2x minus 5 equals 4. We can move the 2x minus 5 to the right hand side, becomes multiplication. Hence, equation is 7 equals 4 times 2x minus 5. Expand the bracket, we get 7 equals 8x minus 20. So 7 plus 20 equals 8x, which is 27. Hence, x equals 27 over 8. Or we change to mixed fraction, 3 and 3 over 8. For B, p plus 2 over 2p minus 3 equals 1 and 1 over 5. So for this question, you have to be careful with the fraction here, 1 and 1 over 5. Remember, this does not mean 1 times 1 over 5, but it means that 1 and 1 over 5, which is 1 whole plus 1 over 5. So you have to change to improper fraction first, which is 6 over 5. Then we cross multiply. We get 5 times p plus 2 equals 6 times 2p minus 3. Expand the bracket, 5p plus 10 equals 12p minus 18. Then we move the p terms to the right hand side and the constant term to the left hand side. So we have 10 plus 18 equals 12p minus 5p, which is 7p equals 28. Hence p equals 14. Try it yourself. 4. Solve the following equations. A. Negative 5 over 3x plus 2 equals 9. B. 3a minus 1 over 5a plus 2 equals 2 and 2 over 3. You can pause the video and try to solve it yourself. Alright, here's the solution. For A, negative 5 over 3x plus 2 equals 9. We can move the 3x plus 2 to the right hand side, and the equation becomes negative 5 equals 9 times 3x plus 2. Expand the bracket, we have negative 5 equals 27x plus 18. So negative 5 minus 18 equals 27x. 27x is negative 23, hence x equals negative 23 over 27. For B, 3a minus 1 over 5a plus 2 equals 2 and 2 over 3. So firstly, you have to change the proper fraction into improper fraction. The rest, we don't do anything. We just copy it down. Hence, 3a minus 1 over 5a plus 2 equals 8 over 3. Then, cross multiply. We get 3 bracket 3a minus 1 equals 8 bracket 5a plus 2. Then expand the bracket, we can have 9a minus 3 equals 40a plus 16. So we move the a terms to the right hand side and the constant term to the left hand side. So we have negative 3 minus 16 equals 40a minus 9a, which is 31a equals negative 19. Hence a equals negative 19 over 31. Now, let's discuss forming simple linear equations to solve word problems. Here are a few steps that you can use to solve word problems. Step number 1. Read the question carefully. Identify what unknown quantity to be found. Alright, so it's very important. The very first step you have to do is read and understand the question carefully first. Right, next, step number 2. Let a letter, usually we use x, be the unknown quantity. Then step number 3, using the given information, form the equation in terms of the unknown quantity, which usually we use x. So again, we have to know how to interpret the question sentence by sentence, and sometimes we can directly translate the sentence into mathematical equation. Step number 4, solve the equation. So once we have formed the equation, we can solve the equation to find the unknown x. Step number 5, check if the answer makes sense. Sometimes we may need to reject zero answer or negative value. Step number 6, answer the question. So what it means that you have to write down the answer statement. In the next few slides, we will discuss a few popular questions which relate to the word problem of simple linear equations. We will exercise the 6 steps that we have discussed previously to get the answer. Right, so here is example 5. The sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 177. Find the integers. So here's the solution. So let x to be the first number, as we have to find 3 consecutive numbers. So we will have the first number, then followed by the second number, which is x plus 1. Then the next number, the third number, which is x plus 2. Because all these 3 numbers are consecutive numbers. So the sum of these 3 consecutive numbers given is 177. Hence, the first number is x, plus with the second number, which is x plus 1, and plus with the third number, which is x plus 2, equals to 177. Okay, so from here, simplify the equation. We get 3x plus 3 equals to 177. Hence, 3x is 174. X is 174 divided by 3, which is 58. So this x is the first number. Hence, the answer is, the 3 consecutive numbers are 58, the next one 59, and the third number is 60. Now, we can check the answer here. So, 58 plus 59 plus 60, which is equals to 177. Hence, the answer is correct. Try it yourself. 5. A. The sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers is 111. Find the integers. B. The sum of 3 consecutive even numbers is 90. Find the integers. You can pause the video and try to do it yourself. Alright, here's the solution. For A, we let x to be the first odd number. Hence, the second odd number will be x plus 2. Okay, so this is a little bit different from the previous question, which is just consecutive numbers. But for this case, the next odd number will be 2 more than the first odd number. So similarly, for the third odd number, it is 4 more than the first odd number. Hence, it is equals to x plus 4. So given that the sum of these 3 odd numbers are 111, hence the equation that we can form is x, which is the first number, plus x plus 2, which is the second odd number, plus x plus 4, which is the third odd number, and equals given 111. And now we can simplify this equation, and we get 3x plus 6 equals to 111, 3x equals 105, and x equals 35. Therefore, write down the answer statement. The 3 consecutive odd numbers are 35, 37, and 39. Okay, don't forget to check your answer. So let's add these 3 numbers together. 35 plus 37 plus 39. And the answer is 111. Hence, it is correct. So for B, the steps are very similar. This is only for the even case, or even number case. So we let x to be the first even number. So the next even number will be 2 more than the first even number. Hence, the second even number is x plus 2. Similarly, the third even number is 4 more than the first even number. Hence, it is equals to x plus 4. And now, we add all these 3 numbers together. X plus 2 plus x plus 4 and it is equals 90. Simplify this equation, we get 3x plus 6 equals 90, 3x equals 84, and hence x equals 28. And now write down the answer statement. The three consecutive even numbers are 28, 30, and 32. And again, don't forget to check your answer. So let's add these three numbers together. 28 plus 30 plus 32. And the answer is 90, and hence the answer is correct. Example 6. Mr. Karma's age is 3 times his son's age. After 10 years, his age is double his son's age. What is his son's present age? So here's the solution. Now let's understand the question. We want to find Mr. Karma's son's present age. Therefore, we let x to be Mr. Karma's son's age. Hence, Mr. Karma's age will be 3 times his son's age, which is 3x. So after 10 years, then his son's age becomes x plus 10, and his age will be 3x plus 10. So his age is double his son's age after 10 years. Therefore, his age is 2 times of his son's age, and his age is 3x plus 10 equals 2 times x plus 10. Simplify this equation. 3x plus 10 equals 2x plus 20, hence x equals 10. So his son's present age is 10 years old. Now let's check the answer. Now his son's age is 10, hence his age is 30. After 10 years, the son's age is 20, and his age is 40. As we can see, his age after 10 years is double of his son's age. Hence, the answer is correct. Try it yourself 6. Janet is 5 years elder than her sister. After 8 years, the ratio of her age to her sister's age is 7 to 6. What is her sister's present age? You can pause the video and try to solve it yourself. Alright, here's a solution. From this question, we want to find Janet's sister's present age. Therefore, we let x to be Janet's sister's age. So Janet's age will be 5 years elder than her sister, which is x plus 5. So after 8 years, her sister's age will be x plus 8, while her age will be x plus 5 plus 8, which is x plus 13. Given that the ratio of Janet's age to the sister's age is 7 to 6, based on this information, we can form the equation, which is x plus 13 over x plus 8 equals 7 over 6. Now we can try to solve this equation. First, cross multiply this equation. We get 6 times x plus 13 equals 7 times x plus 8. Then we expand the bracket. We get 6x plus 78 equals 7x plus 56. Now we solve this equation. We get x equals 22. Therefore, we can write down the answer statement. Janet's sister's present age is 22 years old. Now let's check the answer. So now her sister's age is 22, then her age is 27, as we can add the 22 plus 5, we get 27. 8 years later, her sister's age will be 30. Her age is 32. Now let's form the ratio 32 to 30. Simplify, we get 7 to 6. Hence, the answer is correct. Example 7. The volume of a bottle of milk is 100 ml, more than twice the volume of a cup of coffee. If the total volume of 5 bottles of milk and 3 cups of coffee is 1.8 liters, find the volume of a bottle of milk and a cup of coffee. Here's the solution. So this question, we want to find the volume of the bottle of milk and a cup of coffee. So we let x to be the volume of a cup of coffee. Therefore, the volume of a bottle of milk is 2x plus 100. As mentioned in the question, it is 100 ml, more than twice the volume of a cup of coffee. Next, given that the total volume of 5 bottles of milk and 3 cups of coffee is 1.8 liters. So 1.8 liters is 1800 ml. So now, based on this information, 5 times 2x plus 100 plus 3x equals 1800. Now we expand the bracket, we get 10x plus 500 plus 3x equals 1800. Then we further simplify and solve this equation. 13x equals 1300, x equals 100. So this x is the volume of a cup of coffee. Now we want to find the volume of a bottle of milk, which is 2x plus 100, and we substitute x is 100, so we get 2 times 100 plus 100, which is 200. Alright, so now we can write down the answer statement. The volume of a bottle of milk is 300 ml, and the volume of a cup of coffee is 100 ml. Okay, so don't forget to check the answer. So we want to find the sum. So 5 times 300 plus 3 times 100, because 5 bottles of milk and 3 cups of coffee, so will give us 1800. Hence, the answer is correct. Try it yourself 7. The mass of a box is 2 kg, less than 3 times the mass of a bag. If the total mass of 6 such boxes and 5 such bags is 103 kg, find the mass of a box and the mass of a bag. You can pause the video and try to solve it yourself. Alright, here's the solution. We want to find the mass of a box and the mass of a bag. Hence, let X to be the mass of a bag. Therefore, the mass of a box, given it is 2 kg less than 3 times the mass of a bag, hence it is equals 3x minus 2. Given that the total mass of 6 such boxes and 5 such bags is 103 kg. So based on this information, we can form the equation 6 times 3x minus 2 plus 5x equals 103. Then expand the bracket, we get 18x minus 12 plus 5x equals 103. Then we solve this equation. 23x equals 115, x equals 5. So this is the mass of a bag. Now we want to find the mass of the box, which is 3x minus 2, and substitute the x equals 5. So we get 3 times 5 minus 2, which is 13. Okay, now we can write down the answer statement. The mass of a box is 13 kg and the mass of a bag is 5 kg. Again, don't forget to check the answer. So, the total mass of 6 such boxes and 5 such bags is 6 times 13 plus 5 times 5. And we calculate the value, we get 103 kg. Hence, the answer is correct. Alright, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Do you have any questions or thoughts to share? Feel free to write it down in the comment area. I would love to hear from you. Do you like this video? Please don't forget to like it and share it to your friends. Until then, see you in the next video. Have a great day ahead.